Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Live and Miss Matt. Hello! Alright, so another week, another Buffy. Okay, last time on Buffy, what happened? We had the harvest, where essentially a bunch of vampires came to try and drink blood in order to awaken their master. Just like free him from his like prison, which is underground. I'm not sure how that works. Buffy showed up alongside the gang, and they all freed a bunch of people and saved them, and Buffy fought a couple vampires, decapitated one of them. They dropped some goofy ass one-liners, and that was kind of it. We did defeat Luke, that guy, and that was it. And then the episode ended with off we go into more wacky adventures, also high school life. So I'm just like, alright, this is what we're gonna be doing. We're doing Power Rangers now, cool. Looking back at episode 2, like me editing the video, I felt like maybe I was like, wasn't like negative on it because I didn't feel negatively about the episode, but I feel like maybe I like made fun of it too much. But then again, I looked at the episode and I'm like, maybe I didn't make fun of it enough. But ultimately, I just don't want people to get the idea that I'm just like hating on the show, that I'm having a terrible time here. No, I'm actually having a great time. I'm just gonna point at things that make fun of them too. That's just what I do. But yeah, anyway, that was episode 2. Yeah, I don't think there's much to say about a recap. We'll start this next episode and see where this goes. I just want y'all to know that I'm recording this on the 24th of February 2022, which is, how do I put, like, there's some conflict happening in the world, and I'm not sure where this is going to go. I'm not sure if things are gonna get better or if things are just gonna escalate and go worse. Because this is the day where things start going bad. Because it was literally just like 15 hours ago that this conflict started happening between Ukraine and Russia. And not to be a downer, okay? Not to ruin anyone's like fun trying to watch a dumb guy just talk about Buffy, but like, I just wanted to be let know that this entire day has just been non-stop awful news. Just people talking about like awful events happening and just cities getting destroyed, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like the thing about this, the thing about me saying this is that this is right now on February 24th. By the time Patreon people watch this, it's gonna be the 26th, and by the time YouTube people watch it, it's gonna be like almost 3 weeks later. So the thing is that I don't know in what state the world is gonna be in by the time this video comes out, and I just I'm not gonna jinx it, man. I'm not gonna say something that's just gonna sound fucking sad, but I just want to say, like, I sincerely hope that things are just better in any capacity, just in any capacity. I just hope they don't escalate too bad. And if anyone is listening to this and you are someone that is, and if you're listening to this and you're someone who is directly or indirectly or just in any level affected by this whole situation, I just want to say I'm sorry, and I hope things do get better. I really do. Okay, that is pretty much everything. And that's also the other thing, is that if I'm coming in low energy for this video, I just want y'all to know that the world sucks right now, and I kind of wish it didn't. So that's how I feel. Anyway, Buffy, let's go. So anyway, Patreon, check out the Patreon, link in the description below or the pop-up on the screen. You can watch the next 2 episode reactions to Buffy, as well as full-length reactions in case that's your cup of tea. Anyway, let us begin. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1 Episode 3. Let's go.
And instead of which you enslave yourself to this cult.
You don't like the color?
That's so stupid.
Do you ignore everything I say as a rule?
You're not her dad. She can do whatever she wants, man.
I just want to have a life. I want to do something normal.
That's completely understandable. I mean, because I know how conflict works in a show setting, it means that there will be conflict between the cheerleader life and the vampire slaying life. However, it's completely understandable for her to be like, I can have a life. Also, you're not her dad. Like, why would... Okay, anyway, what the fuck is happening? Was that a cauldron? And some kind of voodoo doll?
Hey, here's a good luck thing for tryouts.
What's this? What's that? Well, how sweet. Yours always.
It came that way, really. They all said that.
Amy! Hi. Hi.
She might be a vampire. Or a victim. Or both. For a second I thought that was the Mortal Kombat theme song. Is that smoke?
What the?
Yeah? What am I looking at?
That girl's on fire!
Literally!
Hyperbole.
Alright. Literally, what the fuck happened? Did someone set her on fire? Did she set herself on fire? I don't know who I'm supposed to suspect here.
That's the thrill of living on the Hellmouth. There's a veritable cornucopia of fiends and devils.
The thrill of living on the Hellmouth. A girl was set on fire.
So maybe Amber's got this power to make herself be on fire. It's like the Human Torch, only it hurts.
I need to get the skinny on Amber.
Her name is
Find out
Amber,
if she's had
though.
any color.
Her name is Amber. It's on the nose enough that it could be possible.
Bring that up again. It'll keep you out of trouble.
I'm not in trouble.
No, not yet.
She's like a character that was like actively introduced this episode, which means that she's a character that matters.
mom.
So she's
No.
either gonna be a victim or the killer.
Her nickname was Catherine the Great. She took that team and made them tri-county champions. You know, no one's ever done that before. She put herself through cosmetology school. Bought me everything I ever wanted. And never once gained a single pound.
Maybe like a witch?
Okay, not only did you make the team, but you, Miss Summers, are the first alternate, and Amy's number 3. And what a better way to celebrate than with a romantic drive-through.
Sander, alternates are the ones who didn't make the team. They only fill in if something happens to the ones who did.
So something would have to happen to 3 people. So if 3 people get set on fire,
This would never happen to my mother. Never.
cheerleading is something that's so alien to me as well. We don't have that here. The fact that there's so much drama surrounding that activity, I suppose. I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a witch. Is that supposed to be...
Delia.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, look. There I am.
She's gonna see that Amy's in the picture.
Some of the best times I had in school were working on the yearbook.
Oh, this just in. I'm not you. I'm into my own thing.
Your own thing, whatever it is, got you kicked out of school, and we had to move here to find a decent school that would take you.
Rough conversation.
Great parenting form.
Yeah, it was great.
Would you like to...
Is that even Cordelia's locker?
Huh? Oh, I don't know. What I'm saying is accompany me Friday
Sander, I
night.
have to, we can pick this up later. You don't mind, do you?
Everybody out! Oh god. Woo!
Oh my god, I can't see anything.
Oh, God.
What's happening? I can't
Oh, God.
see anything.
Yeah, okay.
Why should someone want to harm Cordelia?
Maybe because they met her?
Yes.
They're both cheerleaders.
Someone doesn't like cheerleading.
Or likes it too much. I mean, I've got this feeling she'd do just about anything to make her mom's dream come true.
Let me make
This could be a red herring, though. It's almost like too obvious.
I think you're underestimating the amount of pressure a parent can lay on you. They're not a picture-perfect carbon copy. They tend to wig.
Cheerleading was kind of her mom's last hurrah.
If a spell has been cast in the previous 48 hours, witch's skin turns blue.
Okay.
Oh, and you'll need some Eye of Nude.
Okay, she didn't see. She's looking at her.
Wave hi to the nice little witch.
Can you shut the fuck up, man? She knows.
Sean? Are you?
Maybe we should talk to her mother. I wonder if she knows what she's created.
Okay, let's go to the OG witch. That's so... What does a witch house look like? A fucking demon on the fucking gate?
Another productive day in front of the TV. I got a history report due tomorrow. Write it.
You got one of her possessions. Okay, so are you the mother? If you're the mother, then what is the relationship here? Isn't the mother the OG witch then? How did the kid become a witch?
Oops. Macho man. I want want to be a macho man. Macho. Oh, hey, Juice. You know, there are just some things about being a vampire slayer that the older generation.
Yeah.
It's a long story.
Buffy, are you feeling well?
What?
No, something happened to her. She got some kind of spell.
That's just fine, because I'm a macho man. I want to be a macho man. Macho man.
I mean, that's a great song. So that part is not the weirdest part. Quick question. What's your favorite Village People song? You can always go YMCA, but I'm pretty partial towards Go West, personally. So she's under some kind of spell.
Get it together, Buffy. Willow! Sander! My buds are here. I love my buds. Hi.
Was she casted with ADHD? Is ADHD actually witchcraft?
Hurt someone.
Did I do that?
It's the work.
No. You don't want her. She's a woman.
A wise choice indeed.
This is so, like, ridiculous.
You're not like other boys at all.
Well,
You are totally and completely one of the girls. I'm that comfy with him.
Yay.
that's great.
I would take that as a compliment.
It's a bloodstone vengeance spell.
How do you know much about some
I like
spells? I would love it if the solution to this episode wasn't actually Buffy kicking ass. It was a Willow and Sander. And Giles, even. I just like the idea of, like, the superhero is actually the one that needs help. And the regular people are the ones that, oh my god, look at the scar. We're gonna talk to the mother. Okay, let's learn. What is her deal with this family? Like, it seems like the mother is, like, her prisoner in some ways.
Your daughter is meddling with something very dangerous. Are you aware of that?
No, I don't know.
Random crackpot theory, it's the other way around. She's the daughter. Amy's the mother, and she doesn't age.
Obsession with cheerleading
I
has
don't
made
care about cheerleading.
Are you Amy? She switched.
Oh!
Switched your bodies, didn't
Oh, that's even better. That's so cool.
she? She wanted to relive her glory days.
Wow, that's fucked. Wow, that's crazy. I kind of love it. I really love it. I hope we can save her. Now I'm invested.
I believe we can reverse your mother's spell. Well, all of them, in fact.
You could.
We need to find the book.
Really, you could.
The other person is...
Oh god, again! Of course it's in the game. I suppose Amy is gonna be busy being a cheerleader, so... I hope we can trust this Amy. MILF Amy. I want people to look at me and praise me. So she's busy with that. Ideally, we would be able to succeed before she comes in. Maybe she'll come in too late and then we'll actually have a fight. And Buffy's just gonna beat her ass.
Darkness shine, cover us with...
Or they're gonna body swap.
Show me.
They're gonna body swap. And then we're gonna have to defeat the MILF. Yeah, she's gonna go fight.
I can help you. Help me.
With what?
Well, you know, all your witchcraft. I know this really good cauldron. Do you actually ride a broom?
Well, they tried.
Take of mine energy and be sated.
Ugh. Is he actually sacrificing, like, years of his life or something like that? Damn, Giles' witchcraft is not something I sort of see. Oh god. Are we gonna do The Shining? Are we gonna do a Shining here? Here's Mom!
Release!
They switch.
Buffy? Amy?
The mom! Yes! Like, focus, guys. Oh god, why did she kill some mom with the axe? That would be fucking sick. I would be down for that.
Please.
Never mind.
Guess what? I feel better.
A vampire slayer versus a fucking witch. Who's gonna win in a physical fight? Oh, I suppose she can do that. Never mind.
Look upon her, and the dark place will have her.
We shouldn't allow her to cast the spells. We shouldn't allow her to talk.
Take her!
Oh my god. Oh my god, is it really gonna be like this? Mirror! No, you don't. GG. It's so dumb. That's... You know what? That's fine. I'm down for that. Giles, you okay, buddy?
You're 16. I think there's a biological imperative whereby I can't understand you because I'm not 16.
That makes sense.
Do you ever wish you could be 16 again?
Oh, that's a frightful notion. Go through all that again? Not even if it helped me understand you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, I can go out. It's perfectly safe. But he's got all this guilt about leaving me with my mom, and he's being a total pain.
You're loving it.
Every single minute.
The fact that her entire outfit changed, her manner of speech as well.
I know that I'll miss the intellectual thrill of spelling out words with my arms.
I love this.
And there's been no sign of her?
That last spell, she said I'd never make trouble again.
So whatever that
Wherever
means.
she is, I don't think we'll have to worry.
She could come back like 50 episodes from now.
Be back.
She's alive in the statue,
You know,
maybe.
I hear that looks in for spring.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She's alive on the statue. That's so... I don't even know what to make of that. Because that could mean something. She could come back 50 episodes from now. But if she doesn't, and she's not a threat anymore, then that means that she just got cursed. Which means that... that's a reference, I'm not going to say to what. But that just means that she's just going to live forever as a statue stuck there. And there you go. Like... Oh, that's ridiculous. Alright, that was the witchcraft cheerleading episode. That was fun, actually. Like, whenever the reveal hit that, like, the mom was actually the one in control of the body, and they switched bodies, like, that was so cool, because, like, okay, so, in my mind, I was thinking something similar. I was thinking that the mom was actually the daughter, but in the sense that, so, Amy actually is the witch and she never ages, and because she doesn't age, she's pretending to be the daughter, but actually she's the mom, and the daughter is the one that's stuck at home and she looks older because she does age. That's what I was thinking. And the reason why I thought that is because when you look at the scenes between Amy and, I think her mom's name was Catherine, so when you see the scenes between Amy and Catherine, it really looked like Amy was the mom, because it really looked like she's the one in control, and it really looked like Catherine, at least the body of Catherine, the mom, it looked like she was scared, it looked like she was afraid, it looked like she was, like, the moment that she hears her come back, she's like freaking out, and then it's like, oh, you're watching TV again. It's like, it's the thing where, like, it really felt like the dynamic was switched. And it literally was, but I saw it as something different. I thought that there was a reveal there. I just didn't think it would be a body switch. A body switch is actually maybe like cooler than what I thought. So I'll take it. I'll take the body switch. That was hype. So I really enjoyed that idea. And then we had to deal with Amy's body, but then it wasn't really her. But then we had to switch them back, and then when we did, we had to fight the Catherine body, and that was kind of cool. And the way that whole thing would resolve is a little bit like goofy, but like, sure, I'll take it, because literally the same thing happens in JoJo, which is my favorite show. So sure, I'll take it. But it's so like actually cartoony, how she's like casting this like massive spell, and then Buffy just sees a mirror, and she's like, all right, mirror, just like, no, you deflect, and then he just bounces back and gets the witch, and we win. GG, everybody, we got it. Like, that's kind of really funny. And then we were wondering what happened to her, and then at the end you see that she's like stuck inside the statue, so it means that she was planning to trap Amy inside the statue. I think that's what she was doing, or Buffy. I don't know who she was aiming the spell for, but that thing is that I don't know if she's gonna be gone forever, or what. Like, I don't know if she's still an active threat by being stuck inside the statue. I don't know if she has any powers. I suppose. Okay, we're getting into the nitty gritty and how the universe, how spells in universe work, and it's the idea that, like, it's almost like a D&D thing where, like, in order to cast spells, you gotta do a motion, or you gotta say something, you know. So in this case, when you see her, whenever she's casting a spell, she pushes you with her hand or something. So she's doing a motion. And whenever she casted the spell, which was supposed to trap people inside the statue, she actually started to say stuff. She started to like chant a spell and then do the motion, which means that in order for her to get out of there, she probably would need to say something or to like move in order to maybe cast a spell. It's not done just with the power of her mind, which means that her being trapped inside that statue means that she has no ability to get out of it. So I think that just takes care of the problem. I think we're good. But the thing about Buffy is that the show is like 140 episodes long, which means that 50 episodes from now, she could come back. Like, I don't know what the fuck could happen. She could come back. Like, maybe she's like, okay, I do have a secret spell that I can cast. I can channel in my mind, and that, like, teleports me away or something like that. But it takes, like, a couple years in order to cast it. So she was literally just trapped in the statue, just meditating for, like, 3 years. And then she was able to complete the spell and teleport away. Like, maybe without the motions, that's something that she can do. But yeah, anyway, maybe that happened. Maybe she could do that and she could come back, you know? The magical thing about a magical universe, I mean, it's not so much magical, it's just the idea that there's supernatural elements in it. It means that you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Like, in 50 episodes, some dumb shit could happen, and then she's like, after 5 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth! Sorry, Power Rangers just comes to mind every time I'm watching the show. That's kind of what it feels like. Which is a compliment, by the way. But, so, okay. I feel like there's really not a lot I can say about, like, plot regarding the episodes. I'm just gonna, like, point out what I thought was cool. Because, like, this is not a plot episode. It really doesn't feel like it. If anything, the only thing that could happen is that we're establishing that, like, we have a character in Amy, which could be someone that we see more of, you know, moving forward. She's not in the intro credits, but she could just show up every now and then. Sure, we got Amy. I guess suppose the other thing that could carry over is the fact that we see Xander having a crush on Buffy. Yeah, I hope that doesn't go anywhere. It might, but the fact that it's so, like, obvious, like, right away, makes me feel like it might not. You know, but like I hope it doesn't, because, you know, like, I don't want to see a show where, like, you have a cool female main character and then immediately it's like, all right, who's she gonna hook up with? First of all, it's gonna be a boy. It's gonna be an awkward boy, and yeah, we're just gonna set that up from, like, the very beginning. And I'm just like, let's not do that. Let's enjoy Buffy just kicking ass for a while before we even think about doing that, okay? So that's how I feel. Anyway, we got Giles. He came in clutch. Giles came in clutch by casting a spell that reversed everything that Catherine did, which was kind of cool, actually. I like the idea of Giles just doing stuff. I like the idea of any of them doing stuff, and that's something that I want to bring up. Is when the episode was going on and Giles drove Buffy to the house, and then Willow and Xander kept run, like, lookout duty on Amy. Like, I thought for a second that maybe because Buffy was, like, loopy and unable to do anything, I was thinking that maybe it would be up to the rest of the cast in order to save them. And it kind of was, but it was mostly just Giles, which is fine. You only have a limited amount of runtime, so sure, Giles saved the day. But it would be nice to see an episode where Buffy gets incapacitated, and then, like, the normal people come in and they actually do something cool and save her, you know? Like, that would be awesome, because it's just the idea of, like, you have a superhero, but the superhero is the one that needs help, and then the normal people come in and they save the day. And that's something I think is super cool. I want to see Willow do something, man. Not just sit there and say some awkward shit and then, like, go into a computer and be like, oh, I devised information in order for the plot to move forward. No, I want Willow to actually do something. Like, deadass save the day. I want Willow to do that. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Anyway, we got witches. That's not super surprising. Not just because I saw the name of the episode and it said The Witch, but also because previous episode, I think it was Giles who said, like, not just vampires, like witches and werewolves and whatever the fuck shit he said. Like, it's just a bunch of supernatural entities, and it's like, all right, cool. Villain of the week is gonna be a different villain every week, and it's not just vampires, because honestly, there's a limited amount of times you can just fight a vampire and it remain, like, remotely creative, you know? At some point, we're just gonna run out of ideas. So it's like, okay, we need to keep things fresh. So of course, let's bring in a bunch of supernatural entities. And the idea that like this was a witch that like didn't have anything to do with Buffy, that's something that I think is kind of cool. It's the fact that like we're gonna get characters that are gonna be antagonists, villains, whatever, conflict that we gotta deal with, but they don't necessarily give a shit about our main cast, because in this case he was literally just a witch who was like, man, I really love cheerleading. I'm assuming because she loved the idea of just showing her body and everyone just looking at her and being like, hell yeah, girl. And she's like, yes, everybody's looking at me. I'm the center of attention. Just like, it's like an ego thing. But it's just the fact that it's a witch who misses that feeling so much that she just body switched with her own daughter and then just took her place in order to relive that feeling. It's like, that's a really cool concept idea, but more importantly, it has nothing to do with Buffy and our main cast, but then they have to deal with it, and that's something that I find is going to be really cool. Like, that's something that I love about, I mentioned before, my favorite show is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and something I really loved about Diamond is Unbreakable is bringing in a bunch of characters that do some crazy wacky shit and our main cast like runs into them and we gotta deal with that, but they are not antagonistic towards their main cast. They're just doing their own thing and we just come across them and then there is conflict. But what it does is that it creates this world, it creates this like, do I want to say like a community? Like, not so much, like the witch wasn't part of the community, but Amy is. Like, Amy is gonna be a character that will move forward and maybe she'll be there. Maybe she'll show up every now and then. But like, it would be super cool if like every episode we just deal with some other like supernatural entity problem. Maybe not even a supernatural entity, maybe it could be like countryside in Torchwood where it's just a bunch of cannibals and that's it. Like, it could just be something like that. I would love if every episode was just a different conflict, that it's not the bad guys sending minions after the main cast, it's just people doing their own thing and then we just for some reason come across them and there's conflict, like in this episode. And that's something I really love about this episode. Just the witch was just doing her own thing, we meddled in her plans, and then she got antagonistic towards us. Otherwise she wouldn't have given a shit. But I'm realizing something now. Amy wasn't at any point doing the tryouts, right? Amy was always just in the house being in Catherine's body. So that means that whenever what we thought was Amy was doing the tryout and she was like slipping and failing, it meant that that was actually Catherine fucking up, which means that that's supposed to go into the idea of like, Catherine, you're old now, girl. Like, you don't have to touch anymore. Like, that's it. You're done. Your career is over. And she's like, no, I need to do better. I know I can do better. I was so good. I was Catherine the Great. And it's like, girl, it's gone now. Just give it up. There's better people than you for this shit. So I don't know. I think that's just a cool thing, just to signify that like the bad guy, like Catherine, she wasn't even that great of a cheerleader. Like, not anymore. She's angry that she's not, if anything. But yeah, she kind of sucks. I suppose something I can talk about is like the theme of the episode, because I feel like it was very clear, and it's the fact that it's about parents and the relationship with the like teenage kids that are just growing up, and it's the idea that they don't understand each other. Like, parents are never gonna understand what is going on through the life of their kid who is a teenager, and they're never gonna get it. They're never gonna understand it. And like, it's this thing where like, you will never be in the mindset of a 16-year-old, which would allow you to understand what it would be like to be a 16-year-old. But because you can't be in that mindset anymore, because you're no longer 16, it means that you can't understand it. So in that sense, it makes sense. However, Buffy being a vampire slayer, it's something that is understandable. It's just the fact that she wouldn't believe it. But like, the theme of the show is just parents not understanding their kids and their kids not understanding their parents in some way, you know? And like, I really like how at the end of the episode, I'm gonna be honest with you, at the end of the episode, you see Buffy and Amy walking together. I didn't know who the fuck they were until like they got close enough, and I was like, wait, that's Buffy. Who's the other girl? And then I was like, is that supposed to be Amy? And it's like, yes, it was. But that's so cool because, like, think about this. Amy always looked the way she looked because that was her mother dressing her the way she wanted to be dressed, in the sense of like, I want to be the hot cheerleader girl, you know, like that's what I want to be, and so this is what I want to look. But now that she's defeated and now that Amy has control of her own body again, we see Amy and she dresses completely different, like her hair and her clothes, and like she wore like a hippie hipster like t-shirt with like a peace sign with a bunch of colors, shirt on top of it open, and like her hair was different, and I think that even her manner of speech was different. Like the way she was speaking, I think it was even a little bit different that it was before. Like that's so cool to me. Like just seeing the actual visible change in this character after the like soul switch, you know. That's something I really love, and it's that now we get to see the real Amy. Real Amy is like a much different character than whatever the mom was on about. So yeah, now that we get to see the real Amy, that's cool. I love that, and I hope we get to see Amy more. That would be a nice callback. But like, I don't think she's a member of the gang because she's not in the intro. Fucking Cordelia's in the intro, but Amy's not. So maybe she's not a member of the gang, and I kind of wish she was, you know, just someone, because she's someone that already knows about all this like witchcraft stuff. So fuck it, bring her in. Like, why not? There's no reason for her not to be part of the gang. You know, she already knows about all this supernatural shit. Sure, let's bring it over. Why not? Buffy needs friends. Let's do it. That'll be cool. I really like at the end when you get to see Buffy and she asks her mom, like, if you could go back to being 16, would you do it? And that, of course, that is supposed to like reference the fact that the antagonist for this episode literally did that, and Buffy's mom decided not to, which means that she's good, you know, like very clearly supposed to be that. But also just the idea of like, you as an adult looking back at what your life was when you were 16 and deciding to like relive it is like, that's no good, man. I feel like listen, man, I don't know the experiences of everyone in the world, but no one I know would want that. I don't think anyone that I know would want that. Definitely not for me. At least I'll say that much, because you know, maybe some people would want that. Maybe some people would want a redo, go back to 16 and do a redo, and like that's, I mean, I suppose that's the thing. It's that like, it can be a thing of like, you want a redo, you want to do things differently, but maybe you just want to go back to relive what you thought were like the golden years. I think both of those are bad, because if you just want to relive the golden years, the golden times when everything was great, then it means you're never creating new good memories. You're never moving forward. You're just stuck in the past. And there's like literally nothing of value that gets added to your life. You just kind of focus on what happened that one time in the past. And that's just kind of it. You just get stuck there. The other thing, if you want to do a redo of your past, like, okay, maybe it could be different on a case-to-case basis. Maybe for different people it could be different, but I don't know anyone who would probably take that. I feel like everyone I know would just be like, yeah, fuck that. I never want to be that again. I never want to live through that again. Because the thing is that, yes, you could go back and change things, but if you change things, you wouldn't go through the same experiences that made you the person that you are now. And I'm not talking about like a time travel paradox thing. I'm talking about like, I think living through experiences that might be painful, might be awful, are key to the development of a person, and not just development, just growth and maturity in general. And just looking at something and be like, oh, I wish that could have been different, it is invalidating that progress. And well, it's not so much invalidating the progress as much as I feel like this could just be me saying some dumb shit, but like, at least I believe that if you would want to go back to that age and you would want to change things, it probably means you never got over that. You never like grew and I suppose progressed in life as a result of that. So if you never get over something, then of course you're gonna be like, I wish I could change that. You know, I wish that could have been different. But if you're able to deal with it and grow as a person, I think that no one that goes through that process would look at that and be like, I wish I could change it. Because at the end of the day, that made you go through the growth that you experience as a result of those events and turn you into the person that you are today, which is a better person with a better understanding and more maturity. And I think that's just really important to everyone, you know, to the development of a person across time. So I feel like if you would choose to go back to being 16 for whatever reason it might be, I feel like that's probably a bad idea. It would end up leading to something worse, or it would just be an indicative of the fact that you never like managed to conquer those memories. So in that case, you don't need a redo. You want to do a redo, but that's not what you need. What you need is actually to like confront those issues you might have and then move past them. And that is what would actually lead up into you becoming at peace with that. Anyway, at least that's what I believe. Like, this is the thing, is that I'm just some dude making videos out here talking dumb shit, but at least that's what I believe, because that's kind of what my life experiences has led me into thinking, you know? Like, everything I say just comes from my own personal experiences. Personally, I wouldn't go back to being 16. There's a lot of shit that I probably would have made my life so much better if I didn't ruin my life when I was like 14. At the end of the day, as much as I hated like so many years of my life for that, I think I'm fine with the person I am today. And I wouldn't want to change that. And I think that going through those experiences are really important. But that might just be me. Someone else could be completely different. Whatever, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Buffy reaction. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I don't know, man. Thank you for being here. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions to Buffy, check out the Patreon. You can watch early access episodes as well as full-length reactions and just support the channel in general. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye.